Today we're going to learn about the Stations of the Cross. Before we begin, pause the video and find a cross in your home. If you can't find one, that's okay, just make one. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord?
Station 1. Jesus is condemned to death. What had Jesus done? He had come with stories and wisdom. He had come with healing and forgiveness. He had come to make people friends with God. But not everyone welcomed the things he said and the things he did. There were whispers and lies. There was anger and spite. Jesus was condemned to death. Dear God, keep me from anger and spite. Help me to love and forgive. Help me to follow Jesus.
The second station. Jesus is made to carry the cross. Jesus was condemned to a cruel death, nailed to a cross of wood. Soldiers loaded the cross onto his shoulders. Although he had done no wrong, he was ordered to carry his heavy load through the jeering crowd. Dear God, when I feel alone and troubles weigh me down like a heavy load, help me to know that I am walking with Jesus.
Third station. Jesus falls the first time under the cross. Jesus walked along the narrow street of Jerusalem, struggling with the heavy cross. The pavement was rough under his feet. The guards hurried him with not beating. He lost his footing and fell. Dear God, I tried to follow Jesus, but sometimes I fail and fall. May I know in my heart that Jesus is always with me.
Jesus is met by his mother. Mother Mary was in Jerusalem, following her dear son as he walked. To her death, he did not deserve. The love of a mother, such as Mary, is forever.
Dear God, thank you for the great family of those who follow you, for they are family to us and give us help and encouragement as we also try to follow you.
The fifth station, Simon of Cyrene helps carry the cross. Jesus struggled once again with the cross. The guard grew impatient with his slowness. They saw a strongly built man coming in from the country. Simon of Cyrene, here you go, carry the cross for the wicked prisoner. The soldiers commanded, so Simon did. Dear God, thank you for those who we do know, who help us with their great strength when we are in need.
Sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. Jesus could barely see the way ahead. Tears clouded his eyes. He tried to wipe them, but only smeared them with the dust from his hands. Then a woman stepped forward and gently wiped his face with a cloth. Dear God, we thank you for those who see little ways in which we give help and support. Amen.
The seventh station, Jesus falls the second time. The guard urged Jesus fought for a sentence had to be carried out with delay. But who can walk calmly to the place where there will be pain and punishment? Once again, Jesus fell. Dear God, I try to follow Jesus, but sometimes I grow fearful and discouraged. Help me to trust that in your care, all things will work together for the good.
The eighth station. The women of Jerusalem mourned for Jesus. A group of women went to see Jesus, so cruelly treated. He has done no wrong, they cried. What is happening is neither right nor fair. Jesus looked at them, sadly. Do not weep for me, he said. Weep for yourselves and for your children, who have to go on living in these troubled times. Dear God, when the world is unkind and people are so unfair, we weep with you. You weep for us.
The ninth station, Jesus fell the third time. And the guard approached the hill. That was to be the end of the journey. Shaking, Jesus fell again. Dear God, whenever in this world there is more suffering, then goodness, help me to believe that your goodness is strong, your love is forever.
Jesus is stripped of his garments. At the place of execution, the guards took from Jesus even the clothes he was wearing. They gambled among themselves to decide who would have this tunic. Jesus was left with nothing. Dear God, help me not to worry about the things that people can steal, but rather to seek to live in the way you want to live in your kingdom.
The 11th station, Jesus is nailed to the cross. Then the guards laid Jesus on the cross and hammered iron nails to his hands and feet. They hung him up to die while others mocked at his suffering. Dear God, when I see violent people win, may I continue to believe in peace.
The 12th station, Jesus dies upon the cross. For several hours, Jesus hung upon the cross. He asked God to forgive those who had treated him so cruelly. He asked his friend John to be a son to his mother. He pleaded with God to tell him why he had been left alone to suffer. And then he died. Dear God, in face of death, may I continue to believe that you give life.
Upon
body of Jesus is taken down from the cross. A man named Joseph from the town of Arimathea saw Jesus die. He was a wealthy man and had been a secret follower of Jesus. He asked Pilate if he could take the body and give it to a proper burial.
Dear God, may we continue to do good, even when it seems that we have nothing left to hope for.
The body of Jesus is laid in the tomb. Joseph had a door prepared for his own death, a low cave cut into the rock with a large round stone to roll it in place as a door. As evening fell, Joseph and some of Jesus' friends hurriedly wrapped the body and laid it inside with the door rolled shut. Then they had to hurry home because their weekly day of rest, the Sabbath, was beginning.
In the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.